Tesla's down 2.5% today, and no, the sky is not falling, right? I see so many people who are now so worried that Tesla's going to pull back. And what I want to do in this video is talk to you guys about why, number one, we're not worried. We're still very bullish. We'll talk a bit about the psychology behind that, with my 9 years of trading, what I've seen with this type of setup. And then more importantly, I want to talk about the monthly chart and the bigger time frame that's occurring here. And you guys know that when it comes to trading, one of the things that big money focuses on heavily is conditioning people to do something specific. You guys know that if we look at how price action's been trading for Tesla for basically the past year and a half, every single time price moves up into this 280 level, it was an optimal short. And so what they expect people to do and what they teach retail to do is that every single time price comes up into this level, go ahead and short it. Every single time it comes back up, go ahead and short it. And now they have retail ready to come in, ready to short this thing, expecting it to pull back. You have the bulls who are also sitting here in retail saying, you know what, I'm not going to overpay for Tesla. I'm not going to go through and buy calls right now for the next couple of years or buy shares for the next couple of years. I'm going to wait for a pullback to 240 or 220. And hey, that would be ideal. But one of the things that I've noticed within my 9 years of doing this is that when the repricing happens, when the big breakout occurs, normally they're not going to give you the time of day to get back in at a lower price. You have to understand, we've had a massive compression that's been happening here on Tesla. And for the past couple of months, all of the smart money, which is us, and I don't say that egotistically, I'm just saying that because we have been tracking this to perfection since about May and June. We've been focusing on getting in Tesla somewhere around 180, 190, 170 when we started to see bullish accumulation on the weekly chart back here in April and May. If we zoom back out to the monthly chart, you'll notice that this would have been the most optimal time to get in. But between these highs of about 280 and about 150, institutions have been building massive positions within these levels. Now that we're over this institutional level, and more importantly, once we break over $280, there will be nothing stopping Tesla from running back up to $400. Because all of these buyers have been building positions for a very long time. The people who can actually move the market have been buying positions for a very long time. And so that's why I think there's a small chance, maybe about 35 to 40%, that Tesla will pull back to 220 or maybe even 230. I think best case, we'll see maybe 240. But even then, there's serious buying behind this on the monthly, guys. This is why I held my Tesla calls, even though I thought we were going to pull back to 200. As you guys know, going into earnings, I was expecting price to pull back to 200. I was holding some capital in case it came back down to 200. I was going to average down on my calls, but everyone was asking me, why are you not selling? Why don't you just sell and wait for it to get back to 200? Because what if it doesn't? And that's the thing. There's a good chance that it just doesn't occur, which is why for me, that's all I can talk about, is that I'd rather have most of my capital in that trade, save some money in case it comes back down. But in most cases like this, it doesn't look like that's going to occur, right? If we look at the last time Tesla had a massive breakout back here in April of 2020, price ran 300% in 124 days, and there was no pullback. And then price ran 90% in 90 days, and there was no pullback. And then price ran 78% within 122 days, and there was no pullback. And so I need you to understand that when a stock really goes on a massive run, even like Nvidia, sometimes, most of the time, there's no massive pullback. If you want to learn more about all of the indicators that you see in this video, as well as the proprietary settings and the step-by-step trading system that I've built, you can take all of our courses completely free with the link in the description.